Hi everyone. In this video, we are going to take a look at how we can create a delete confirmation pop-up in PowerApps. For this demo, I have taken a SharePoint list that says upcoming event list. In that list, I have only few columns: title, detail, start date, and end date. I have connected this list to my PowerApps. So in PowerApps also, I have only single screen that has a screen header, and then I am using a gallery. In that gallery, this kind of format I am showing that has the event name, title, description, and the image. Every card will have the delete button. So when I click on delete, there will be a confirmation pop up, and once confirmed, the record will get deleted. Now this is not a tablet focused application. This is a completely responsive application. So we are also going to see how we can manage the responsiveness. So I have played this. As you can see, there are 4 cards in a row, but if I change its size, then 3 cards per row. So this is a complete responsive application. Now why to implement this functionality? Because see, once you give the option to delete some data, so in that case, if you directly delete it, there might be a chances that user accidentally delete some of the records, and you would have to go to recycle bin and then retrieve that record. The confirmation helps here because if you are deleting some sensitive information, that will be helps you a lot. So let's see how we can build that confirmation pop-up. So first thing, what you have to do, you have to insert a horizontal container. So basically, whenever building responsive actions, so you have to use the horizontal and vertical container always. Now let me give a yellow color so that will highlight it and so you can understand. So change its x to 0, y to 0, and its width will be the parent dot width because I want to take the complete width and the height of the application, and same goes for the height as well. So in the height I will use parent dot height. In order to appear like a overlay kind of thing, go to its color property, go to custom property, let select the black color, and here opacity set to 60. So I will recommend not to go beyond 80 and not to go less than 50, so the overlay will not look good. So 60 to 65 range that you can follow, maximum 70 I will suggest. So I will rename this container, so it is a horizontal container, so I will use a prefix hctr. Now in that one we have to add a single container. So that is not a responsive container, that's a normal container because we are going to show the messages like are you want to show this event plus yes no actions. So as I added the container but you don't see anything here because that by default it will be transparent. So what you have to do, select that container, go to its color and select the white color. Now I will rename it to container delete. So by default in the responsive container, any element you add, it will take its fully width. So it's a flexible. So how we can make it perfectly centered? So select the horizontal container first. You have to manage it justify properties. So horizontal justify will be at center and vertically also it will be centered, right? But in the container, you see it took the complete width because if you take a look at this container, the width is set as flexible width. So turn this option off. Width you can set to 500 and the height I will set to 250. I don't want to show a long container because that's just a confirmation dialog box. Okay. Now here click on plus, select a test label. Now here I will display a message. Are you sure you want to delete this event? Okay. Then I'll just give some font sizing as let's say 15. Font weight will be bold. Its width will be parent dot width and height will be auto height. So based on the text content I will set its height. X will be 0 and I want it to make it center align, and the Y also I will set it as a 20, let's say. Now here you can show the static message like this, but I will recommend to show the dynamic message because see, if you have lots of items then it's hard to know like which item that I've just clicked, right? So as you can see I have also highlighting that item in some kind of colors, right? So as you can see, this item is showing in some green color, so it is being highlighted. But you have lots of things going on a single screen. It's better to show which item you are going to delete. So how you can do that, I'll just show you. So before that, let's complete this. I will use one button, then this button will say yes, delete, and always give the generic names so what users will understand. And the second button will be cancel. So for the cancel button, I will use a message like no cancel. Now here many of you, what you will do, like you will use some colors like red color for the cancel and green color for the delete. So I will not recommend that, because if you want to follow the best practices in application design in terms of UI, then always use the format that is standard, right? So in UX, that's always say what are the primary actions you have highlighted properly to the users, and if there is secondary action, just use that secondary colors, right? So in Power Apps, how you can do that? So delete is our primary action, because see, whenever user are clicking on delete, their intention is to click on delete, right? Or delete the record. But instead of giving the red button like this, right, because it is cutting too much attention, right? So instead of this, I will set this to transparent, then give the black color, and for the border also give the black color, and here set the border as a solid, and I'll just get here. Okay, now this looks good, because too much color in the application will not work, looks very bad. Now we have added this confirmation dialog. Now we want to show this only when we click on delete button, right? So how I can do that? For that, we have to manage a variable. So what I will do, I need to put that variable here as well, no cancel, right? Because whenever I click on cancel, the pop-up should be hidden. So select the button, and here we have to add a variable. So if you are having multiple screens, then I will recommend to use a local variable. That's a context variable using update context. But as I have only one screen, so I will use a set variable directly. So set where show delete confirmation is false. So whenever I click on this button, the pop-up should be hidden. Now copy the variable name, select your main horizontal container, and go to its visible property, and here you have to put that variable, because currently it is set true, that is static, but we want to dynamically show and hide this based on the user selection, right? So just use that variable name. So as you can see, by default it is hidden, because by default it's false value. How we can show it? So go to your gallery, select this delete button, and on select of it, so instead of false, we just have to write true. Now if I play this, if I click on delete and if I click on cancel, see, if I select this, pop-up is visible. If I select cancel, the pop-up is not visible. Now how we can show the item that I have selected? So some kind of property. So what I will do, before showing the pop-up, I will set one variable that holds the current record. So click on delete. So before adding the variable, I'll just use this variable where selected event and this item. This item holds the complete object of that item, right? So currently I have title, description, everything. Now why this is important? I'll just show you. Play this app. I'll click on this. Now remember when I say you want to show the message dynamic, so that user know like what they are deleting or what they are doing, right? Even though if you try to delete any GitHub repository, you have to write its name, you have to write some messages there. So this kind of thing is very helpful in order to prevent the user by taking the action they are not intended to do. Okay. So instead of this message, are you sure you want to delete this event? Instead of this, I can be more specific. So what I can do here, so to make it dynamic, this is just a ternary operator I have to add. So instead of this, I will use a quotes, single quotes actually, and curly braces in that variable name dot title. So title is something where I'm holding the event title. So as you can see now, are you sure you want to delete annual music festival event? So that gives a better clarity than that static message. If I select this Halloween costume ball, if I click on this, it says, are you sure you want to delete Halloween costume ball? So now the user know what they are deleting actually. And also we are highlighting that. So both you can follow. Now to delete a data from the SharePoint list. Now when I say SharePoint list, the function is same for every data source you use. Doesn't matter if it's a SQL table, doesn't matter if it's a SharePoint list database, it's always the same. So go to delete. On select of its property, we have a function called remove. Now this function accepts two parameters. The first parameter is collection, that is a data source you are using. That can be either collection, SharePoint, SQL, anything. So in my case, that's a SharePoint list, name as the upcoming event list. And second parameter that you have to pass is the item you are deleting. So in my case, I have already that item in my variable. So that variable is where selected event. Now once the record is deleted, I want to make that variable blank because the deleted record should not be there, right? So I will just copy the variable name, and instead of this item I will set it as a blank. And again, once the data is deleted, variable is set, I want to hide that pop-up because it will directly just delete the record but it won't hide the pop-up. And after that I will show some kind of notification as well key record is deleted. So for this you have to write the notify function. So notify event, and the name of the event is deleted successfully. Okay. Notification type is success, and I want to show it to almost around 3.5 seconds to the user. Now let me format this and remove formatting. So here as you can see, first we are removing this, we are blank, we are hiding the pop-up, and we are showing the notification. Okay, the only thing I notice here, I have to notify this before I set that variable as blank. Okay, because when the variable is blank I won't get that selected title. Okay, now let's play this. Now let me just click on this, the Halloween costume ball that I have selected. If I click yes, delete, you see event Halloween costume ball deleted successfully. So if you just display a message event deleted successfully, then there might be a case user no key, oh no, what or which event that I have deleted. So it's better to show event and event name deleted successfully. So let's test with another one, city marathon. Click on delete, click on cancel, nothing happening. Click on delete, select yes. First it will delete the record and the notification is there, event city marathon deleted successfully. So in this way you can create the confirmation dialog in PowerApps. Now this is completely responsive. As you can see, this is a tablet mode, but if I go to the Windows size, it is automatically adjusting the size as well, and if I see the pop-up, it is also automatically adjusting. So whatever the size you use, it will adjust automatically because we have used the horizontal containers instead of the static containers. Okay, so if you have any doubts, any issue you are facing in this, you can just drop a comment below and be happy to answer. Thank you.